Hey, so we're on to week 2 of me starting with the garden and making it a place that I absolutely love to go to. Um, and last week it rained almost every single day. So please keep that in mind when you see the state of the garden. Also, today, what we're going to be doing is measuring the area that we are going to revamp and make into our oasis. I apologize if you can't hear me between the bugs and the traffic. Nothing I can do about that. I'm not feeling amazing today. I'm exhausted despite having a full night's sleep. It's going to be a hot, muggy day today. I'm getting out here with my husband as early as possible just to get some measurements and start planning out the pathways. I'll go into more detail in a bit about what I've done with ChatGPT to kind of help me decide the direction I want to go for this transformation. But for right now, we're going to get started measuring. So we've measured the pergola. Now we're going to go to the back of the garden to figure out the view that we want to see and figure out the placement for the pergola. So that's what we're doing now. I'll take you with me. So I want it under the tree line to keep it cool and for the best view. So what we're going to do is we are going to, sorry, you're on a tripod, so it's not the best kind of thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand at the tree line and we're going to just look at the view and figure out where exactly we want it to go. Okay, so I'm not how you want this, but we figured out the view that we want is going to be 14 foot from the line, the edge, and that's where we're going to put the pergola back under the canopy of trees. This is my husband, Dave. He will be helping me. So next we figure out on paper and with ChatGPT what the actual plan is going to be. So while we're out here, before we go back in, we're going to try and figure out the walkways in the garden, so that way it's easier to figure out what I'm planting where, and walkways is kind of where you start. So that's what we'll be doing. So we just figured it out. I think we're both happy with it. The mosquitoes here are absolutely terrible. That will be part of the plan of how to get rid of those. But I'll be back with you in a moment to discuss the plans that we created. Hi, I'm back. It's the next day, and I am taking my drawing with all of my measurements, and I will be uploading all the data into ChatGPT. Most likely I will just take a picture and upload it instead of hand typing all of the measurements. And what I have done already is I've spoken to ChatGPT, and I asked him to kind of be Michael Glassman. He's a landscape designer that I found on YouTube. He helps Janie, and I really love his personality. I love his work. So I asked Chat to ask me questions to help me design areas in my landscape that are going to solve problems for me, because Lord knows there's plenty of problems out there. And I want it to be a place that I'm actually going to enjoy. So I want to address the issues as well as make it as comfortable and beautiful as possible for myself and my husband to enjoy. So let's get into having a conversation with Chat. So here we are on ChatGPT, and I asked Chat to act as though you are Michael Glassman, landscape designer in California, and help me design my garden. And although he said he literally can't impersonate Michael, that he can act and ask questions and such. So what we're doing here is he gives me information that he has taken from Michael Glassman and how he works. And he gives me pretty much a gist of how it goes. So he gives me a plant list, maintenance by season, which is really helpful, quick fixes, and Chad already knows about a lot that I have in my yard and from previous conversations with him. And then he provides a shopping list. And then I go on to ask him if he can ask me questions that Michael would ask, that I want to make sure it is designed with my life and likes in mind. And then he says, absolutely. So he asks me lifestyle and use questions, maintenance and effort, style and mood, color and materials, climate and comfort, plants and features, budget and phasing, existing site and flow. All of these things I wouldn't think of on my own. So this is extremely helpful. So I say yes, and then he's pretending that it's me and Michael sitting in the garden, cup of tea in hand, and we're starting from scratch. And we go one section at a time. So he asks me questions, and I answer. yada, yada. And he reiterates what he is understanding. And so that was super helpful. Confirms the plants I want to keep, my wish list. Getting more specific, correcting him. He did create some layouts for me, which were beautiful, but not accurate. And I went online and found my plot plan. And I was trying to get Chat to give me the layout, kind of make a sketch for my yard. I told him that I wanted to move the pergola or the arbor towards the back. He again created another layout for me, but it's on the wrong side of the driveway. I was getting frustrated at this point, which is why I went out into the yard myself and measured everything. I kind of wanted a scaled plan so I could see everything. And that layout was lacking flowers. It was just all bushes and shrubs. Not accurate once again. But what he tells me, because I asked for a kind of to implement a plan, where do I start and what steps do I take in order to get this to go? He understands what I want. He just can't seem to make a picture of it. I tell him that we're in August, and then what can I do now? And what can I do in spring? What can I move in the garden right now? And again, it's nice, but it's not accurate. And then I just sent him the picture of what I drew up. And then he tells me what to do, but when in fact I want him to do it for me. I want him to, and this is what he just came up with. And while it's closer, it's not, I mean, the eucalyptus tree all the way down here. Why, Chat? Why can you not get it accurate? I mean, he got the walkway right. He's missing the walkway there. The pergola he has all the way down here. The eucalyptus is all the way here. It's just not accurate. So I'm going to ask him to please provide a more accurate plan for me. So this is turning out to be quite an ordeal to get ChatGPT to provide me a layout plan of what I want to do. Just getting the basics accurate is proven to be very difficult. So I will be working on it, even if I have to do it myself, hand draw it to figure out where everything's going to go. Then I will. And if I can't, then I'll just start doing the garden. And I am more of a visual person, so once we get the pathways done in the yard, then I'll be able to envision where all the plants will go. And my hope is to organize them better. Right now, I kind of just throw them in wherever I find a spot, but I actually need to think about height and color and texture and all of that other stuff. So hopefully Chat will be better with that. I also want seasonal interest, so something is always in the yard year round, as well as, soil conditions, planting similar plants together and all that stuff, which is super difficult and super time consuming. So yeah, that's where we are so far.